Hello, hello, I am Rangru.
And I'm Graham.
Here today for another 1v1 from the Wargame Bootcamp Discord Elite Tournament. Once again, we're on Punch Bowl, because, by
Mm.
God, we like this map. We like seeing a punch out. And who's punching out today, Graham?
I'm not doing the same boxing references last week,
Okay.
but I couldn't come up with anything funnier off the top of my head. So, anyways, NBK is here in the blue in the left, and he's playing the United States of America, who you'd think would be my favorite div, but no. In reality, it's balanced here in the right, in the red, playing as Finpol Moto. Hot ring.
Hot indeed. And you've seen he's kind of technically more American because he has the F-18 fighter. And it's
It's
already
about
flying about.
It's as American as it gets. F-18, but to be honest, it's just so awesome to see Finpol Moto. I'm a huge fan of motorized play. I think it's really fun to watch. It's typically really aggressive. And I like this
Ooh.
F-18 start because he's going to clean up these daps here, also force them to waste some of their stingers. And this one Sokol here should be able to clean this up. And these MI-17s are going to get into this town complex up here in Charlie.
What a fantastic open engagement here from Balance. The F-18 is a very costly investment at the start, 170 points, but he really meant to seize the initiative here and get those infantry units in the hips into Charlie.
Yeah, and also snipe with the spike missile team right there on the road, getting an infantry unit inside of its transport right away as well. Because that spike team is in such a good position because it completely neutralizes that road there for NBK for the time being.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we do see, obviously, he's launching those missiles, trying to hit some trucks. Might not want to use them for that, but anyways, we do see. So yeah, and actually, yeah, more ATGM teams up there in the top. He's probably used the MI-17s as a screen, I guess, for him until he gets up the infantry. Yeah, the infantry's coming.
Yeah, it's actually quite interesting. He decided to bring up ATGM teams of all things in the transport helis. You'd think he'd want to rush up, special forces troops, some good beefy infantry. But it does also have a legit purpose because you can just snipe, infantry before they can get close, and that just buys you time for, in this case, the actual beefy boys, the reinforcements to get into that town.
Yeah, and this is actually the right way to do it. We talked about this multiple times when we watch it. If you want to get into that Charlie town right there from Balance's position, and so many players try to do this ring and they just don't ever execute it properly. I can include myself on that list in some recent tournament games on Blitz Wars mod. But this is really well done here by Balance, and this is exactly how you want to set up here in the Charlie sector.
Yeah, just hold on to that nice little town defensive complex. Don't overextend, especially early on. Build up, and if you feel like you're getting, get cocky and push through, you then build up a force and push. But you never really want to overextend where you have a threat of losing that town.
Yeah,
Really,
absolutely.
village.
Yeah, and you don't need to go anywhere further than where he's at right there. Like just contesting that zone is massive. We do see some XAs, KTs trying to push out. We Abrams in a combat going to go ahead and engage it. It's a nice little bit of firepower here for NBK, but he's getting even more than that. We're probably going to see a mortar, some smoke, maybe helicopter support. But then again, there is an ITO 90 in the back, and these MI-17s could come in really clutch depending on where that pivot's placed.
Indeed. Now looking at the rest of the map, the central position.
Cobra and golf.
What? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, Cobra jumping right into golf here. So the commando unit's opening up, trying to engage the Cobra, but the Cobra's going to... Oh, he sees the fob, too. He's moving it. He does. So Balance does have another CV rang. It just was called in. I think the Cobra's going to get the kill on this CV here. Oh no, he might...
Oh!
The infantry leader actually gets the kill on the Cobra.
Wow. Even just the combined firepower of the XA,
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, I'm at awe. I've loss of words here for how he was able to actually hold that.
That could have been a big play because he has no other CV apart from the one he just brought. If he didn't buy that CV, he would have actually
game's probably over.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game's probably over because then there's no ability to call it AA, and all you get to do is fly the Cobra forward, and it's game over at that point.
Yeah.
So really nice hold there by Balance. I mean, NBK was going for the jugular right there off the start, and it doesn't work out.
Oh, but damn.
Who needs base defense with Finnish infantry's command unit?
It's got the KT now rolling out, but before we were rudely interrupted by a Cobra trying to do some cheese. Just looking at the rest of the map, Bravo is pretty much in balanced control. Of course, NBK does have that small little, standard defensive complex. And then the Foxtrot Echo side, neither side, you know, they've realised the curse of Echo Foxtrot.
Yeah.
Not going to be touching it that much. Just leave it be.
No, it's both players. You know, these are two really good players that we've casted them before, and they realize that this is where the game is going to be decided most likely in Charlie. And so you're going to want to see NBK here, form a strong counterattack pretty early. We see the finished Terminators with the Apilas right there. So the combat's going to open up here on the HGM team. Yeah, get a quick little kill. So that should get the Riflemen inside the town complex. But obviously there's Yukari 90 in there and my 17's in the back, so I don't know how much work they'll really do.
Yep, and the Eric's troops are going to be holding off these guys for a little bit of their peelers. I really do like how NBK was able to amass a big beefy force and push it all in once instead of just small serial engagements. He rated to make his push. However, it's not going that well. He's taking some casualties, it's slowing down. It's really going to come down to those AP Abrams getting good positional hits. If they can set up in that forest to cut off reinforcements on the road, that would be Gucci. But right now, he needs more infantry, to pour into the meat grinder.
That would be Gucci for sure. The Abrams is in a good spot here. There's really nothing now that can tangle with it, especially because you have the XA. Oh, the nice little move by the KTs there. The Rangers and Riflemen pushing up. The Abrams backed up a little bit. That was able to kill the MI-17, but we see the other one getting some damage. Oh, so the Jacars actually stopped the Riflemen from getting into the town complex as well. So Balance is going to want to reinforce, I think, pretty soon, Rang, but he's off to a good defense.
Yeah, and he's got the F-18 up once again.
Ooh, Pivot getting some shots. And he's trying to assert his air dominance. Ooh, Jurgen's been called out here by Balance. He's firing it on the road. Let's see if he does a full salvo or if he cuts it short here at half. Oh, yeah, he's just going to let it rip.
There we go.
Suma's going right where that Rifleman clump is and where the AP and the P Abrams are at. Oh, yeah, right there on top of him. It's not going to get any real kills here, the Jurgen. That's not typically isn't what it excels at. I guess it stuns it and panics it. I really like, though, the Jurgen as like an offensive tool. Like, use it to stun a building complex or something like that. And then it also does damage, kind of like ancillary to the actual rocket, for what your primary purpose for it.
Yeah, it's kind of like in everyone's favorite Eugene game, Steel Division 2, where you're mainly using, off-map artillery in the same role as an offensive, maneuver to stun up and then push through. And in that game, you're getting unit surrenders. Here, I think especially of how NBK is set up, he should get good value out of that rocket artillery. It's a pretty easy cluster of just that, small defensive line. Really, all of NBK's positions in Charlie are, potentially small and clustered. So any rifleman spams is gonna get shut down.
Yeah, the defensive use of it can be effective for sure. Because if you know where your opponent's really going to station his units at, you can just pre-artillery it, right? And just drop those Jurgen rockets. What are they, like 300 millimeter rockets or 220s? Excuse me. So 220 millimeter rockets, you just drop them right there. It's a tight little cluster for sure. You're getting free damage, you're getting stun, you're panicking units, and it really can upset the timing of your opponent when he wants to go in.
100%. And it seems the match has definitely slowed down quite a bit now. Both sides are pretty happy just building up forces. Definitely in Balance's favor because they obviously have the map control. And it seems NBK massing up round to Electric Boogaloo. Some sort of push into Charlie here with another AP Abrams and a lot more infantry and a lot of actually close support vehicles. He's got the CSs, he's got Comvats, which you don't really see people use Comvats.
Well, I can tell you right now, there's a combat making his way to Golf, and I was about to point out there's no base defense for Balanced yet, even after that Helo spam, or Helo, not spam, the Helo cheese, excuse me, I don't want a Helo rush, situation on our hands right now, so please excuse me. But, so BMP1 TGI
Fridays?
Ooh, you want to meet there after the cast?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sounds like a good time. Maybe make it for happy hour. But we see the combat's going to roll right past. It's like a drive-by shooting.
The BMP's like, wait, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, he's like, what the hell just happened? He's turning around right now. He's trying to see if he can launch a Conquerors. Oh, no, the combat gets him on the move. He is damaged, though. But the CV and the Jurgen are both in danger.
Oh, my God. Fool me once. Shame on you.
MI-17 is going to have to be clutch here. Rockets coming out. Combat tanks it. Oh, and he gets the kill here. Oh, so it's really anticlimactic because the MI-17 cleans it up.
Just doing another drive-by shooting.
That was pretty funny. You don't see that every day.
No. The hill definitely saved him, yeah.
He drives right past that BMP wall.
It's like some War Thunder crap. You just driving through the point and you just see an enemy, you just shoot and scoot.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely some War Thunder stuff there. But it does look like NBK is getting ready for his big offensive here into Charlie. I like how he's done this rank. He hasn't half-assed it whatsoever. He's brought up the appropriate amount of firepower and support. We see you talked about he has CSs, he's got Abrams, a ton of rifleman spam because he's not going to beat he's not going to beat the Finnish infantry in a straight up fight. Like there's no point in getting anything more. Just spam him and let your support equipment do the heavy lifting.
100%. Yeah, this is a great build up. You can really tell he's a good bloody player because we've seen in previous casts from Punch Boner in this sort of situation, people just do small little piecemeal attacks constantly, even with like elite infantry, which could win if they get into the town, but you just don't have the mass fire support. And we are seeing balance, Rock Array once again with the Rack 91, getting some stuns, but really not good timing there. He really sort of waited for the offense to happen before, blowing his load.
Oh, the Nighthawk's going in. Speaking of loads right there, he's dropping those paveways. I think he sees the CV, or he's guessing at its location. Okay, he did guess. He knew because I think he saw the Mi-17 land there, so he was going for like a little preemptive strike right there in the best U.S. fashion. But the infantry is actually able. The CV leader is actually
Patriot
able to
hit the F-18, gonna be forcing that back. We see the attack marker, so hopefully NBK will start moving his A&T out. Otherwise, I'm guessing that's going to get
Jurgen?
Jurgen. Yeah, that's a word.
It definitely could get Jurgen for sure. He would be smart to move it, but he might be, his focus might be somewhere else because this attack is actually going in right now. And there's not a ton up here, at least reinforcement-wise, for balance. Something that's, I like to point out is he's CV'd up quickly. He's got a +2 right now because he capped Foxtrot and Bravo, but that's 200 points. Not in combat units right now. Also add in a Jurgen, add in an F-18, and we're talking well over 500 points that he's called out in this time period here that has really no value in terms of the battlefield, at least organically speaking. So, Salamandra though getting a nice pick there. I think was that an Abrams or combat?
It killed
CS.
and Mansa ruined some of the other Abrams, so he is to get really good value out of it, but like you said, he just does not have enough frontline combat support units anymore. Those Shikari 90s, well, they're going to have to hold out plays like the Mannerheim line. He is getting good snipes, good hits,
very good snipes.
Not enough.
And he's also out of the Kokons, so you're going to see Salamandra, he's kind of lost all of his value there. The pivot did go down, but there is a Stinger team in support, so that Helos really can't jump in too much. And actually, with the Rangers in position on the base of the hill there, he might be able to snipe on the road. We'll see. Oh, no, Carl Gustav might not be in range for that XA-180. Trying to make a move here. But the Riflemen are moving to cut off any types of reinforcement there. T-55 Recon variant, which is so nasty in this deck coming up. Ooh, the Stereo goes out. Where's the Patriot? Patriots lit back up, Ring.
There we go.
Yeah, he got the Iraqi treatment.
Yes. Oh, we're seeing what's it called? The other fancy Finnish infantry.
The Rannies.
You don't see
Ranico.
often.
Ranico's Jakari 90.
They're
the ones with the Apilas.
They are.
That's all I know them. They have the big old Apilas right there. Well, the MIKT right here is going to try and get some rockets to support. I mean, they should clean up the Rangers, and that's a nice little fight for them. But the Abrams is going to be able to. Oh no, he's actually engaging. I don't know what he's engaging. Oh, the T-55. But he took a spike missile right there to the face. And he's down to 1 HP. The T-55 should clean it up. Yeah, and Abrams goes down.
Yeah, the one silver line here is balanced as kind of his second defensive line of those T-55s, and they've been providing some pretty good fire support. But it's still looking pretty dicey here, because if Balance wants to get reinforcements, seems like he's trying to do a second front push in the other side of Charlie, but if you want to get dudes in the actual town, he still has to drive all the way around, and Riflemen aren't exactly scary, but the law is still a law against an APC.
Yeah, people underestimate the law sometimes against, like you just talked about, APCs. It does have 16 AP, so the accuracy is obviously garbage. It's not the greatest thing ever, but it can definitely deal with APC pushes on their own. Is when it comes to actual tanks, right? Like when an M1 Abrams rolls up on it, the law is really lackluster. Then we do see the Salamandra here cleaning up some Riflemen. So Balance is like you talked about, what good defense there was those CVT5s, getting some snipes as well. And this push is kind of falling apart for NBK, though he does still have some of the critical units like the M1A1, the M1 IP, and some riflemen and the Stingers hanging around.
Yeah, it feels like NBK's push was just slowed down just a bit much. It felt like he just didn't realize how weak balanced defenses were here, because it's really just that one Yakari squad and the Musti troop, which is now as Reese out of ammo. So it feels like Balance is being able to bluff his Ray into having a much, deeper defense than he actually does, which is actually kind of accurate to the Finnish Winter War.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. It's also motorized play in general, right? Like motorized, they don't always do well in a straight up fight because they don't have that heavy equipment that you associate, especially compared to like mechanized decks or even base M1 the United States. But there's some subterfuge there. There's use of the recon units really effectively by Balance. Though this push here by NBK is smart because you can't be strong everywhere, right? So with that much defense up there in the north, he realizes Bravo has to be weak, and they're on top of the CV, and it will die. And so that'll bring it back down to a +1. And all he'll need to do is cap Echo, and he can go ahead and stop the bleed.
Yeah, that's a really awesome push, because the way you win against Moto players is by seizing that initiative from them, holding it in front of their face, and then throwing it back at them. And this is exactly what you need to do. You need to open up front, force him to fight in your territory, and even just these baseline M1 Abrams. They're the worst Abrams in the game, statistically speaking, but he's up against Charioteers, so who cares?
Yeah, and that's I completely agree with you. It's you force the motorized player into a stand-up fight, right? And none of this, no jabbing, no hitting on the flanks, trying to push the boundaries or whatever. You allow them to use their speed. You get them to engage you where you want them, and that's exactly what NBK is doing now. And you see, it's just a lot harder to deal with that frontal push here. I mean, these M1 Abrams, like you talk about, they're the worst Abrams in the game. They're 65 points, but they might as well be the heaviest tank on the battlefield right now.
Yeah, I mean, those Charioteers, unfortunately, have gotten very much up-tiered in this battle. That's where we haven't seen him.
Yeah, one of their buddies took them in way too high.
Oh, yeah, we got the HA-10, and that thing will be able to zone out the Abrams for the time being.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of helos from Balance here. We've seen 2 Salamandras, multiple MI-17s, a couple MI-8Ts, and now we see the H-8s coming out there with the TOW-2s, try and push back that armor. Oh, the Rangers might get a sniper. They're going to get a sniper with this KT here, full of Yakari 90. They're trying to dismount here. More KTs moving up, but the Cobra's engaging it. And this counterattack here by Balance, trying to be, flex the field here a little bit. NBK sniffs it out, Ring.
Yeah, like, really awesome back and forth from both sides. I mean, they're definitely using the full range of this map, especially trying to do a northern push into Bravo, using most players to just be, sending it right from their spawn. And even though it was a good play, NBK was ready. He was set up. He's got the A1 Abrams at Cobra, so good job on him.
Yeah, and Bravo's falling apart here for Balance. We see there's a lot of units flying into the field here. He does still have Jakari 90 and Finnish Terminators chilling in the middle of the town. So it's not like it's over here for Balance. But NBK does, I mean, we've already seen it. That's one Nighthawk away from death.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little nuke, and Bravo is pretty much in NBK's control. The Aaron Abrams pretty much finishing up the job. And we're also seeing the Peeler Jakari, let's just call him, trying to make their way through Charlie, maybe for potential CV snipe. But it's, well, the forest is dense with Rangers. Yeah.
While they're going to be able to kill the Rangers out, the Rangers won't trade too poorly against the Appealist Jakari, and the Riflemen will come up. You see even M1, 1-3 there just being annoying, and it's just going to kind of give them some time here and then sniff out this before anything crazy can happen.
Oh, we got F-18, and is that Seed-SU? Yeah, Seed-SU-22.
Yeah, we have the full spectrum of the game here, just about every type of unit being utilized. Though I do believe the Patriots radar... Oh, radar is on now, shooting at the F-18, so the bait was taken. Does he... Okay, but the radar is back off. So really nice micro there from NBK. The SU-22 was out of position there for the snipe. Yeah.
Will he try to go in, though?
No, I think he's playing it a little cautious here. On the chat opening up on the MI-17. And the Jurgen's now firing as well. What's he trying to grab with the Jurgen? Patriot? Maybe, but the Patriot's already on the move. I don't think it's a good use of the Jurgen. The
No.
Jurgen's not really a snipe, like, a pinpoint sniping tool.
They really want like a 203.
Yeah, something. Yeah, if you're gonna use it for that, definitely a 203. But even then, like the Patriots gonna move. I mean, he fired right in the open. This isn't the random dude you're meeting in some 3v3 lobby, right? Or it's gonna be like NBK is like one of the best players in the game. Oh, the Patriot is get stunned that time though. He correctly. Actually, I don't think he gets that. He was trying to hit the shap, and inadvertently it stopped the. And now the S22 is opening up here, but it's going for the pivot. Oh, the Patriots radar is turned off, but it does get a nice little pick there, so it has paid for itself a little bit.
No, that was like, that was a perfect stun. I don't think, like you said, that wasn't intentional at all, but that paid off, because that's a good snipe getting that A1 Abrams.
Yeah, and we see that, so it looks like he's been able to hold the Mutsi infantry. They're going to, standoff boys, they're going to engage in the town as well. But Balance is on the, really the attack up here in the north, because the push has really stalled itself out. M1 IP trying to engage the T-55 here. It should win this fight straight up. That's not how you want to use the recon T-55s. Yeah, and he goes down right there. There goes one, but the Appealist infantry is on the hunt, so he's going to need to be careful.
Yeah, it feels like Balance, if he was to maybe invest a little bit more into the central part of Charlie, he could try to get... Oh, no, it's actually... Oh, it's a bloody Command Abrams. Yeah, it's not going to happen. I wonder what should Balance really be doing right now? Should he be trying to, like, consolidate Bravo, maybe get a CV up into Charlie? Like, there's quite a lot of maybe pushing Draco. There's a lot of plays he could be making.
Yeah, he played defensively for most of this match, ever since he, aggressively took Charlie. He's going to go for, I think, the decap of Charlie. Yeah, and we even see the CV right there being called out. Because I think from his perspective, he is doing well on the defensive side of things. Now, I would say the problem is NBK is probing everywhere. He's pushing. I would say that Balance has probably traded a little bit better here, but he's lost CVs. And we're going to see another one here. That's going to go down to the Rangers. You don't want to be in the game where you're replacing CVs, because that's just so annoying, and it's hundreds of wasted points in the match. Saria actually out here hunting for something. Actually, I don't know what it was. Oh, and there's Rangers in the back line of Delta here. Could the two Rangers kill the... Yeah, probably. The CV and Delta?
Oh. I'd hope so.
When the push here from Echo, this is actually pretty nasty. You see 30 riflemen, multiple M1 Abrams here, so a little Stinger support. The CCs.
Mm-hmm.
The sissies.
The sissies.
The sissy boys. They're sitting in position here. They're gonna go ahead and I think engage with this. Oh no, all the weapons are turned off. They're just dead.
Didn't even have a chance to fight back. But no, this is once again NBK seizing an initiative from Balance. And I mean, usually we say Echo Foxtrot is a curse, but at this point in the match, when the other areas are a little bit harder to push, it's a really good push idea, because it's going to force now Balance to either lose it or lose it down here.
Well, I think Balance is now, he might be in the mode of, I need to get the points going. Like, because he has lost the initiative, and when you're the motorized player, that almost always signals eventual death, right? The motorized player wants to have the initiative for as long as possible, because he's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't have a lot of substance. And once you start seeing these heavier decks really apply themselves against motorized, that's typically when it starts to kind of fall apart here. And real NBK is the one pushing everywhere. That not even balanced, probing, trying to find weak points, using speed to his advantage. That really is NBK right now.
Yeah, I mean, up north, he's got the dab going in hot. Like, going in real hot here. He's trying to chase down the F-18.
Yeah, the dab going in real hot. F-18 going to get the snipe there. But the Rangers, we'll see those Rangers keep going on the move, because this does give a +1 by decapping Charlie. But NBK realizes if he just caps Echo, caps Foxtrot, or maybe he's going to cap Bravo. I mean, either or work. He'll be okay. Now, the one thing that Balance really has going for him, Rang, is he does have a massive points lead.
Yeah, that's really his tank at his point in the match. And he is now, continuing for now that slow little +1 point advantage. Strike. So I don't think Balance is going to be able to really properly seize the initiative anymore in this match. It's just about, securing those CV snipes, getting a hit here and there just to buy him enough time. Because that's very much durable in 15 minutes to keep at 300 points lead.
Yeah, 300 point, like a 3-point lead is massive in the game,
Yeah.
especially
CV and Delta.
Rangers have. Oh, but the Cobra's gonna be there as well. The SU-22. That one's that's not the East German one. Doesn't have any R6s or anything on it. This Cobra's gonna dive right in here. Wow, they did kill the Rangers. Those CVs are crazy.
Yeah.
The Finnish infantry CV is out of control. The KT, will it save the? Will it save the? Ooh, it might actually.
Fire.
I mean, he's beg time stunned. We'll see. Oh no! And the Cobra's completely changed targets, and the Sokol comes in, and it's gonna live.
Second time trying to go for a helicopter CV snipe does not go well.
Yeah, if you go against Finpol, just know your helicopters will die if they get on top of the infantry CV. So just don't even try.
That's why you got to spam Apache escorts.
Yeah. I mean, if this was Warno, they would have been dead.
Yeah.
This is Warno. Eugen's hit new game.
Coming out sometime.
Coming out sometime. To a Steam store near you.
Yes.
Rangaroo, when are we casting Warno?
When it's patched a bit better.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Spicy. Please feel free to comment on that in the chat, viewers. In the comment section, there's no chat really here, huh?
Leave your comments down below.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.
Yeah, and the bell button. Do not forget the bell button.
Yes, don't forget that either. And tell your grandparents to watch. Yep. We need as many views on it as humanly possible. We do see the Hawk here diving in right now. Oh, he actually misses. I would say girlfriends, but let's be real. Most of the viewers.
Yeah, let's be real.
Yeah.
We got to keep realistic expectations.
Right.
Most people by default have grandparents.
That's true. Most people have grandparents. Absolutely. Now you're going to get the one comment that's going to say, I don't have a grandparent.
Yeah.
There's going to be that dude in the comment section.
Damn it. We don't care. Just
just
find one.
Just find one. Adopt one?
Yeah.
I wonder how that... Is that even a thing? That's not a thing. You can't do that.
I don't know. Just make friends.
Just
be that hard.
Just make friends. No, watch more Rangaroo Wargame content. That's what you need to be doing.
We do see it.
Yes, you could watch it with them. These M113s are actually ganging up on this XA180 here. Just nonstop 50 cal spam. It's trying to kill the one APC. They can't do it. It's actually super funny. But
only had AP.
While we've been joking about non-important things, we see that the Jurgen is going for a pretty hefty strike here. Landing. Oh, these rockets are hitting right near the LAV. Let's see if we can get a direct hit. I think he might just be a little bit short here. Oh, that was no. That one. Oh, it was 1 HP.
Oh,
almost a full side. But a KT is actually moving in there. Balance knows the CV's right there. I mean, it's not hard to guess that. There's a Stinger team there, but that's not going to do anything to it. M13 on the road. The Rifleman desperately trying to move up, but this LAV, he's 100% toast here. But yeah, Ring, it looks like here pretty much that Balance kind of has this lockdown. I mean, the CV's being brought out here by NBK. I guess that's going to Bravo. But even then, he's still down 400 points.
Yeah, that is a lot of point at his point. And at 10 minutes, he's going to have to make some real miracles happen. And it does feel like he is, slowly gaining that momentum. But it's just not enough to make a massive breakthrough. Because he'd need to go into Delta and, clear it completely.
Yeah. Clear it, fight his way all the way down. I mean, sure, I think in theory, if this game was to go on another 30 minutes, right? If there was maybe an hour long, 10 minute long time limit, it doesn't even matter.
Oh. And
yeah,
GG.
And then the KD's how I felt about it too. It felt like Balance was just slightly out trading MBK for most of the game.
No, it's quite funny how match ended up devolving because Balance run an array, you'd think a motorized player wins, the Maverick, Vanguard, Steel Division 2, where you do really good early on, and then things just kind of falter off, and you live off your past success like a high school football athlete. But in this case, NBK was the one kind of playing a little bit more like motorized later on in the match. He was making those effective jabs in push and trying to take momentum, but he just couldn't do it enough.
Yeah, there was never quite enough. It felt like multiple times he was about to completely break balance in a certain part of the map, and then balance had just enough, or he, counterattacked at just the right time and was able to keep the front stabilized. I mean, like I said, I think that game goes on another 10 minutes. Balance probably does get wiped out the map, or, maybe not quite 10, maybe 20 or 30. But obviously, he's got a 400-point lead, and you're not going to catch up at that point in time, which is why NBK, I think, drops from the game.
Yeah, I think it's also like the helicopter and airplane play from Balance, which is extremely important as a motorized player because they're your main heavy hitters
Right,
were actually effective. And on that map, both those types of aircraft are pretty damn good because you actually have room to maneuver about with him. Like, he managed to keep his F-18 alive the entire time, which really makes or break it because you only get one.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like you said, you don't have heavy vehicles, so you're relying on other assets in your deck: your recon tab, your air tab, your helo tab. Obviously, the fast-moving infantry to do damage for you. And when you're getting a lot of value out of your aircraft, especially, and keeping the U.S. player of all kind of like in a corner with aircraft, really all we saw was the F-117 come out a few times. No actual challenge in the air in terms of getting rid of the F-15 or the F-18, excuse me. And the Patriot, well, he got a really nice kill at one point on a Saria, right?
Yep.
They got the Saria. That was basically all it did. It got a nice hit on the F-18, didn't kill it though. And that's really the you got to get the kill for it to actually, I think, matter most of the time when it comes to AA pieces like that.
100%. But no, really, like, fantastic play from both sides. That was, really showcasing it. This is a bloody elite tournament.
Yeah, that was actually a really fun game to cast. Two great players, and obviously I'm biased, but I love seeing some Moto gameplay.
100%. But yeah, stay tuned, guys. Make sure to, like we said, subscribe, hit that bell button, and as usual, please just take it easy.